How you doing?
I'm good. Last week's episode.
Oh, I'm Erin.
Oh, I'm Nicole. This is Dude That's Fucked Up.
Yeah. We always forget to introduce ourselves.
Yeah, it's good to get it out of the way right up top.
Yeah.
Last week's episode was really fun. I had people texting me about it, which was kind of weird. Someone mentioned El Chapo, and I was like, I don't really call my clitoris that.
It's a joke.
And maybe I do, maybe I don't, okay, but I don't want to talk to you about it. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm feeling like weird today. I don't know.
Because of the...
A little loopy.
Oh, because of the eclipse or just because?
Maybe.
Oh.
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh. Maybe you had too much fun this weekend at the beach.
I didn't go to the beach, but I was in Annapolis.
Near the water.
Near the water.
Yeah.
It's like where the Naval Academy is.
Oh, okay.
It's like the most if you want to ever visit a town that is so fucking like American.
Yeah. Like quintessentially Americana.
Yeah,
type.
That's it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's cute. Yeah, I like it. It's cute. They have a lot of ice cream shops.
Ooh.
A lot of douchey like sailing kind of like boutiques, which are not my style, but hey, if you like that, that's cool.
Well, and you couldn't eat much of the ice cream.
No.
What'd you do?
Cool.
You just walked around.
I went to the Banneker Douglas Museum, which is the African American History Museum.
Oh, that's cool.
In Annapolis, and yeah, just walked around, checked out the shops.
Oh.
Had lunch by myself. It was lovely.
Treat yourself.
Yeah, because DJ was doing some stuff, and yeah,
Oh.
and then we like hung out. It was great.
Fun.
Yeah. So that's my thing that I just did this week.
I took my dad to get a weed license.
Oh my God.
Which is like, it's like a role reversal or something. It was kind of weird. And he was like, do you want to stay in the car? And I was like, no, I want to see what this is all about. Because normally I would probably not want to do it. Like I'm like a very like nervous person about stuff like that. And which I don't care. I don't care if people smoke weed or get a weed license or whatever. It's not that. It just like it feels like secretive to me or something, or like I'm not supposed to be there. But I was with my dad, so I felt safe. So I was like, so I was like, oh no, Dad, I'm gonna come in with you. And then I was like, it was like so dumb. It was just like a room with some chairs in it, and then he went in the back and was like, I can't sleep, and they're like, here you go. And that was it. Like, it was so dumb, but...
Have all the weed now.
And then I took him to the weed store, and he got all his little treats. I don't really know much about all that stuff, but... So I was just, like, asking him, like, did they have cool names, Dad? He's just like, just drop me off at home. You're so not cool.
Oh, my God.
No, he didn't say that. But, yeah, it was weird, but not like, fucked up or anything.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
That's great. Any business for the day?
We did. We got some fun stories from the last episode. We would love to do like a mini-sode of like people's fucked up sexual encounters. So we did get a few, but we'd like to get a few more just so we could have like a little bit longer of an episode. So if you have one that you're sitting on, that you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to share it, we'll share it anonymously. Don't worry.
Totally anonymously, yeah. Just let us know if you want us to use like a fake name or no name at all.
Yeah, you can make up a name. That might be fun.
Yeah.
It could be like an alter ego type thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, and just send us an email, dtfupodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And we want to compile some of these stories because sex stories are always just the most ridiculous.
They're good. Like everyone has them. And there's always a weird one. There's really good like urban legend-y type ones.
Yeah, where it's like, did this really happen? And then you're like, yes, this shit happened to me.
Yeah.
I can prove it. Here's my story.
Yeah,
and this is what happened. So Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. So we did get a few, so don't worry, like we are going to read those at some point. We just kind of want to save them for like a themed episode. So if there are any others, you have a week or so to get those in. Or a couple weeks. We might do it in a couple weeks. But anyway, just send it to us and we'll totally keep you anonymous if you prefer.
Yeah.
What else?
Nothing else for me. Oh, did we want to talk about our little guest spot that we just did?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We just did a little guest spot on a really fun podcast called Nothing Rhymes with Murder. We did like a little quick little story, and it's going to be coming out, I think, within...
It'll be out.
Probably, it'll be out by the time this comes out.
Yeah. So after you're done listening to this, maybe, and you have some time, head on over to Nothing Rhymes with Murder. It's these two ladies from the UK, Georgie and Kate, and they're super cute and really funny. And they kind of like each episode, they kind of go to a different place in the world, and they each pick a story to tell each other. And it's really like, so there's always a theme, like they'll go to Spain or they'll go to Germany or what, like they go to different countries. But this episode, I think it's their 10th episode, and they're like, they reached
They're
out.
on like a whistle stop tour.
Yeah. It's their world tour.
Yeah.
So they reached out to a couple of different podcasts and got their story. If you're a listener of this podcast pretty regularly, you'll recognize our story because we've done a whole episode about it. But I'm sure you'll hear a lot of other fun stories too. So.
Yeah. That's fun.
Yeah, so fun. And it's cool that we're like sisters in podcasts.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it so much. It's so cute. Yeah, I guess the only fucked up thing I have for the week is, there's an eclipse that's about to happen, in a couple hours here.
Yeah.
And here in DC, we're not getting full, we're not in the full path of totality, but we're going to see a good amount of it. Like, I think it's about 81% of the whole, it's going to be blocked complete, 81% of the sun's going to be blocked by the moon passing in front.
Oh, really?
The sun, yeah. So it's a good amount. But it's the significant thing about this eclipse is it's one of the first. It's happened before, but hasn't happened for a really long time and won't happen for a really long time. Is that it's going across the entire United States. So that's why everybody's freaking the fuck out about it.
Oh, okay.
We've had solar eclipses before.
Yeah.
Not total eclipses. But I think we had when we were back in when we were kids, we had one.
I remember that because I remember doing the little box thing with a pencil, and you make a little hole.
Yeah. I just made one because the fucked up thing about this eclipse is that all these motherfuckers are out there selling imitation knockoff solar eclipse glasses.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with people?
They're Satan, because people will use those.
Don't bring Satan into this. This is fucked up.
You're right. Oh, that was in poor taste. I'm sorry,
yeah.
Satan. Yeah, but it's so evil. These people just don't have a conscience, because people are going to think, oh, I got these glasses, I can stare at the fucking sun, and then holes are going to burn in their eyes.
Oh my God.
It's sad.
It's really sad. So I had checked Amazon a month ago to get some glasses.
So you were on it.
I was on it. Listen, I love this shit.
Yeah.
I love astronomy, and I love natural phenomenon. It's awesome. Our world is amazing.
Yeah.
So I was on this shit, and there was a bunch of options on Amazon. So I was like, oh cool, I'll just buy some closer to the day.
Yeah.
And I go back on a couple weeks ago to order some, and there's none, and it was because they were all fucking knockoffs probably.
Oh yeah.
And Amazon had to pull all of these and recall all the sellers who were selling these knockoff glasses. So there was just none that you could buy.
That's fucking
or
stupid.
if you could buy some, but they were like $100 for like a pack of like 20 or something like that. And I was just like, no, that's all right.
Yeah, I don't need 20.
Like, I can literally just make something out of an old Amazon box.
Yeah, that I already
for
have.
free.
Yeah.
And I think you could even view it with your phone, like in selfie mode, like just like have it over your shoulder, you know?
Oh, I read that even like it will even burn like the retina out of your camera potentially if you don't have like the right camera.
That makes sense.
You know what's real fucked up is that it will have already happened and people will be listening to this episode with like maybe a hole in their eye or like a fucked up camera on their phone.
No. Our
We don't know.
listeners are smart people.
Yes, that's true. The people we're talking about today aren't smart.
They are not smart.
And it's a choice. It's really a choice, I would say.
It really is. It is a choice. You could either look at this natural phenomenon and chalk it up to the fact that there are certain like very scientifically proven reasons for it happening.
Yep.
As in, the world is a sphere, our Earth is a sphere, the moon is a sphere, and some people believe that's not true. These people exist, and they're called Flat Earth
Morons.
Society morons.
Yeah.
Or Flat Earthers.
Yeah.
And that's what our topic's about today.
It's really a shame because...
It's upsetting.
It's upsetting because the Earth has been proven through math and science to be round. And our solar system has been like proven and over like time and time again. There are all these different elements that exist like gravity and the atmosphere and all these things. And they continue to be proven since about 500 BCE. Now, that's a very long time ago. And there are people today in 2017 who are like, nah, dog, I'm good. Or whatever what's your saying?
It's a no for me, dog.
They're just like, it's a no from me, dog. And
in the immortal words of Randy Jackson.
Yeah. And everyone else is like, excuse me?
Excuse me?
Pardon what?
What do you mean? What do you mean you don't think the planet is round? I don't. And what they say is, my good sheeple person, how can the Earth be round when I obviously am not falling off of it? Or I can see in the horizon that it's not bending.
Yeah.
You stupid motherfucker. If somebody said this to my face, I think I'd have to just like, I don't know. I don't know what I'd do.
Open palm slap them across the face. And I'd say, no. I'd say, girl, no.
I'd spray him girl, no. I'd spray him in the face with a squirt bottle. No. No.
Oh, God. Yeah, it's just...
Yeah, so...
It's just one of the things lately. It's been feeling like we're going backwards in time.
Yeah, it's because we are in a lot of ways.
Yeah, we are in a lot of ways. Or some people are in a lot of ways, and we're being dragged down with them. And...
Well, because we have to constantly be explaining truth and facts to people. And when people don't believe in, like, things that are real and would rather, like, be in a world that is of their own creation, then, you know, it's hard to like, reason with somebody like that. So
it's exhausting. And all this, like, fake news bullshit, which is what Flat Earth Society is. It's like people who are consciously not choosing to follow suit with the rest of the world and science, and people who have IQs and expertise and like are like know stuff about these things. They're choosing not to believe that, and it's creating like this crack in the force field of like shitty people, and they're all like, all these little cretins are coming out and they're emerging with stupidity and they're spreading it. And it's just like, go back into your cave.
Well, and if you believe in the Hollow Earth conspiracy, it's kind of like that, how reptilians are just pouring out of the center of the earth. So that's kind of how I think of it. But no, that's not what we're talking about today.
No.
Yeah, so people who believe this, though, actually think that the idea of a round Earth is somehow a vast conspiracy. Like, everything that revolves around the Earth being round, so to speak, pun intended, I suppose, is a conspiracy. And like, what is it a conspiracy of? Like, who the fuck knows? Like, why would this be a conspiracy? I don't know. And there's no real like explanation of what the conspiracy is because it's so vast. Right. There's no like
there's no explanation for why this experiency. Oh no, the bourbon's kicking in.
I'm gonna open my beer now.
Oh, what? Mine, I was drinking it straight, like with my iced coffee, and then I just poured it into my iced coffee because there was no way I was gonna keep drinking it by itself.
Oh, that's
too
nice.
early. Yeah, so I have like a southern iced coffee, I guess you would say. It's not Irish.
Oh, I like it.
It's bourbon, so. Yeah, so I don't know like how they would explain why this conspiracy exists, but this one dude that I listened to like over an hour argument with, which was so painful. And it was like, I just kept like sighing really loud. And Pete's like, are you okay? I'm like, I just can't. It's
hard.
It's so hard.
And then you watched this thing.
So he was saying it's like a government conspiracy and all the countries are in on it, which maybe, but then why?
Like, why?
Yeah.
Like, I read something that said maybe it's like, it's less expensive to create all these fake or to have this conspiracy perpetuated than it is to actually explore space or something. I don't know.
That's so dumb. And also, the guy who was like arguing with this guy, because there's a guy that has a show. I was gonna plug him at the end, but I'll just bring him up now because we're talking about him. His name is Stephen Molyneux, and Molyneux, and he has a YouTube channel, and he has people call in, and he kind of like they bring up like I guess contrarian points of view, and he listens to them, and he's very patient, and he's like, okay, yeah, what about this? What about this? And he just kept firing off all these questions, and the guy sometimes had answers and sometimes he didn't. The guy that called in
about being a flat earther.
Yeah, about being a flat earther and what they believe and all this stuff, and he is one of them. And then Stefan, he was like, okay, but what you're saying to me is that there are tons of people that are in on this. Like, there's no way you could keep it a secret. If that many countries, if that many, like, different fields of science, if NASA was fake, which they think NASA's fake, like, if all this stuff was true, there's no way people wouldn't have leaked it out and, like...
Right.
There's no way this wouldn't be popular culture at this point.
I mean, we can talk all day about how stupid this thing is. Like, but the whole point of this episode is not to like talk about like, because we know the Earth is round. Like that, we have physical evidence of it, not just mathematical like theorems that are based around this, but we have pictures. We have, if you fly high enough in the atmosphere, you could see the curvature of the Earth. Like the Concorde, when it was still in commission, people would take the Concorde across the Atlantic and you can see the curvature of the Earth. It's observable. So,
but this is what's so frustrating. They say it's fake. Oh, those photos fake. It's like so frustrating.
Yeah, and it's like, well, here's a person who literally has seen it, who is an astronaut, and
Right.
like has like, and they. So you're saying all the people that flew on the Concorde in the 80s are fake, and they're all in on it, who've seen the curvature of the Earth by like being normal passengers. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, like pretty bougie fucking passengers, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So yeah, but the whole point of this is just like let the people know who are intelligent and smart and just know like that the world is round, that there are people in this world that exist that think this like earnestly and sincerely, that the Earth is flat.
And you know what?
And it's upsetting.
You know what?
And it's fucked up.
I want to tell these people something. The flat earthers. Boy, do I have a venture for you. It's called Herbalife, and you can make a lot of money. If you sign up today, it'll change your life. It's a miracle drug, and you can be a millionaire. Like fucking.
Yeah. Yo.
Anyway.
Okay, so yeah, it's conspiracy. Everybody's in on it all over the world. The idea of the hypothesis doesn't exist to these people.
No.
So they can't. So it's more like a thing of where the whole process of like explaining this is, or like proving this to people, or them, the flat earthers explaining and proving this to people, is based upon like just a contradiction of all laws of nature, basically.
Yeah.
So
there's no, you know how like in science you set out to prove a hypothesis. It doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. You're just looking to prove or disprove what you're setting out to do. Like that's what science does. Yeah.
Through the scientific method.
Yeah. So, but that doesn't exist for these people because it's kind of like evolved into a belief system. So, like it is pretty culty. And there's not really like a religion organized around it or whatever. It's different. It's different in a lot of ways, but it's also a very similar way of thinking where they are just so sure they're right, and they won't let you prove or disprove it in a way. Like, or I guess they would let you prove it if you joined them or whatever, but they won't listen to reason when it comes to disproving it. It's kind of selective, which I think, people kind of approach religion in that way.
And it's cult-like behavior too.
Yeah.
It's like you can't question, like you have this like you have like tons of proof scientifically, but then you have this like other thing over here where it's like, we can't really prove it, but like here's like another way to think about it that's totally convoluted and not based in science. So like, isn't this like way more your speed?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like, oh, hey, I have this question. What about this? It's like, interesting. So I want to talk to you about this thing over here. It's like, what? No, wait. It's like magic. It's
divert
crazy. Attention. Yeah. I don't know.
You had said earlier, like we figured this shit out, like the Earth was a sphere, like a long time ago, like 500 BCE. Pythagoras, like, is the one that hypothesized that it was a sphere.
Yeah.
And his idea, it wasn't like rooted in like mathematical equations so much as you would think it would be because of the Pythagorean theorem, but which I know so much about because I took geometry twice in high school. That's how
Me too.
Good at math I am.
Oh God.
Okay, look at us. We're people who are horrible at math. Or were. I mean, I think it just like had to do with the fact that we had shitty teachers. But
I agree.
Like, we don't understand all the math and science behind it, but like we understand the fact that math and science are pretty solid ways to fucking figure shit out. And
yeah,
there's no debate when you have a math equation that there's one answer, And it's a universal language.
Okay, I don't know how to do this stuff myself. It doesn't mean I don't believe that there are people out there that are way fucking smarter than me that can figure this shit out and know what they're talking about. So,
yes,
the flat earthers believe somehow they're smarter than scientists. Well, I don't want to be rude, so I'll just shut
well,
up.
we'll just keep going with the history. 430 BCE. I don't know how to say this person's name. Anaxagoras. Anaxagoras.
Does it go? Would it be an Anaxagoras? Like, would it be like the Z
maybe.
sound?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, this person determined the true cause of solar and lunar eclipses and the shape of the Earth's shadow on the moon during a lunar eclipse, and also used that as evidence that the Earth was round. Then Aristotle backed this up in 350 BCE by observing constellations from different vantage points.
Okay, which like we can do now. So that's like one of the key arguments against flat earthers is that like people can see constellations from different angles throughout the world.
Right.
Because, you know, the world is a sphere and it's spinning.
And it's at each vantage point is different.
Right.
Like,
right.
Has a different view of the night sky.
Which I don't know how Aristotle, like, had different vantage points, because how would you travel like so far? Well, I mean, however he did it doesn't matter, but I just thought that was crazy. Like, or maybe he just went from one side of the village to the other or whatever, and like saw a slight shift in measurements or whatever. I don't know. It's pretty cool that people were looking at things and studying things that long ago, which I guess they didn't have much time of anything going on. So, I mean, they didn't have TV, or whatever.
Well, because they didn't have TV, they were able to use their brains more. Probably. Then there's like theory of gravity. It's still a theory because it's not, there's people like to argue this all the time, just like how it's proven as much as it can be proven through the scientific method.
Right.
It's still a theory because, like, there's no...
But that's science.
I don't know.
But that's science.
That's how science is.
It will remain a theory until it's disproven, because science is, like, science doesn't care if it's right or wrong. That's the thing.
Right.
So someone could come along and try and disprove it, and that would be an amazing breakthrough, and then we would all be like, oh, okay, and then we'd shift the public perception or whatever, and we'd adopt this new way of thinking. So that's cool. Like, that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, but it doesn't mean that it's not widely accepted.
And it also doesn't mean that it's not a complete and well thought out and researched and observable phenomenon.
Right.
Like, all it means is that, like, this is the amount of it that we understand. Yeah. And we have X, Y, and Z to prove that this is what is happening, until something else comes along, which these motherfuckers are not coming with the fire here. They're not bringing anything that is disproving or adding to this theory.
No, because they're not scientists. They're just some guy in the corner of a house party who, like, that's how they're permeating the public. It's like they'll have their little meetings or whatever, and then they all go out to their separate house parties, and they're the guy in the corner who you get stuck talking to when you're trying to get a beer from the kitchen, and he's like, and then you're just like, no, don't go in the kitchen, you guys. There's a crazy person in there.
Oh my God. So there's tons of stuff like that we could talk about, but it's pretty infuriating. So it's weird because all of a sudden this is kind of coming out into, like, pop culture, and, like, people are talking about it, and, like, why is that? Because of the fucking internet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
These people, like the Flat Earth Society people, are, like, able to disseminate their thoughts and feelings about how they feel the Earth is flat on lots of different platforms on the internet. So, and I mean, I would say like right now the majority of this is happening in the US, Canada, and the UK.
Yeah.
But it's all over the world, really.
It's all over the world. That's what the internet does. It's like connecting all these buffoons. And I saw when I was just like Googling, I saw that there was a Flat Earth Society in Indonesia. And I was like, Indonesia, get out of here. What are you doing?
Don't do that. What was that thing that I sent you the other day where it was like, you like have infiltrated a couple Flat Earth Society Facebook groups, right?
Yeah.
Well, before you did that, I like sent you a thing that somebody had taken a screenshot of, and it was like from the Flat Earth Society like Facebook page. It was like, the Flat Earth Society has members all around the globe.
Oh yeah. And
somebody commented, say that again, but slowly.
I know. Do they not say around the world?
Like, first of all, what the fuck do you think a globe is?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh God.
I've infiltrated the I actually have some stuff saved.
What was like the most insane thing or weird, like what was like the most upsetting thing to you, like when you infiltrated the like Facebook groups that you observed?
Okay, there's so many things. They're just okay. I saw one meme last night, and it's just a picture of like the ocean with a seagull flying, and it says, "Gravity, strong enough to hold the oceans to a spinning ball, yet weak enough that birds can still fly."
Oh no.
And then someone posted it, and they were like, "A seagull weighs 2 pounds and has wings. A gallon of water weighs 8 pounds. Like, you do the math, you assholes. The world is flat." It's like, oh
my God.
And then the worst part is that like all these people come in and back it up. And then even worse is like the people who are in these flat earth groups to like disprove it, because anyone could join these flat earth groups. You don't have to believe in it, but you have like a lot of the information for the page is just like, be ready to debate your opinion. It's like not an opinion, first of all. It's fucking science.
Yeah. It's fact.
Yeah, and that's where we all get into this issue, is when you call it an opinion. But
that's just like your opinion, man.
Yeah, it's like, ugh. But yeah, so what's really fun is like people coming out and just like arguing with these people. But there's so many memes. There's I saw a video where a guy is using a biblical reference to back up the fact that the earth is flat, and I've seen a few of those actually. Like,
okay, do you know the absurdity of that sentence? Using the Bible to back up the fact that the earth is flat. Ooh.
Okay, yes, that upsets me, first of all, but second is, there are literally posts where someone has spent the time to go into the Bible, and literally like every single time they think there's evidence, they've noted it. So it'll be like Matthew 12:15 or whatever, like I don't know what the things are, but it'll be like, here's the passage where you could find it. And then someone had some like snarky fucking comment about, oh, so you're telling me the 30 people in the Bible that also agreed the earth is flat are wrong? And I'm like, oh, where does one even start with that?
All that we need to know is that this is a great place to mine just
facts.
Hilarious memes.
Oh, yeah. The memes are like, so good. I'm going to leave this page the second we're done recording this today, because I can't.
Because it's awful. Yeah. Well, we were like texting back and forth the other day, and you're like, I'm confused. Like, I don't know what the like real, like who believes this is real and who doesn't.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what did I say? We were texting about it. And I was like, I don't think it matters. Like, either it's people who are joining these groups to troll the people in the groups.
Yeah.
Or to troll the outside world. You know what I mean?
Right. It's just a group of trolls. Like,
yeah.
With a very severe opinion one way or the other, and then all they're doing is like arguing with each other. I don't know.
Right.
It's kind of funny that people go in there and are trolls, but honestly, I don't want to hear from anyone who isn't a scientist. Like, this, whatever you do is fine, but one, it's not a belief system, and that's stupid. And two, like, if you're not a scientist, I don't give a shit what your opinion is. You're a fucking idiot to me.
Right. Right.
Like, I don't care that you've read up on this. You've read up on this on the internet from a bunch of people who also don't know what they're talking about. So that's like where the story begins and ends for me of Flat Earth. It's like, no one's involved.
Yeah.
That is smart.
I was like, it's either just the ultimate troll game that's attracted actual idiots, or it's completely sincere and it's attracted actual idiots. So, like, either way, it's full of idiots.
Right. You're a dumb troll or you're a dumb person, essentially. Yeah. But
not mutually exclusive.
No. But I think what's really upsetting is that there are, like, famous people that have, like, globbed onto this.
Influence. Yeah.
Yeah. I meant to
they believe, like, they... Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, no, I was going to say I meant to read an article about, it was an article from Sports Illustrated, and it was like, why athletes are... Did you read that?
No, I had it open and I didn't read it, but I had, like, that was one of my million tabs that I had open on it.
Same.
And I was just like,
I forgot.
Oh, I got to read this. But yeah.
Yeah.
So there's so many, not so many famous people, because it would be awful if there was like a million celebrities who believe this, but there's like some pretty famous people who have, like, big Twitter followers, or just like who are pretty famous, and like they have a lot of people paying attention to the things they say, and like they, like, for example, B.O.B., who's like a rapper that I really like, he like went toe to toe with fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson over this shit. Like, B.O.B. like believes that, like, that the earth is flat. And same with Kyrie Irving, who's like a very famous basketball player. They like, and then
but wait, B.O.B., you have to have a big fucking sack to go against Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
On the topic of,
I think,
something that everybody agrees to. Like, you have to think your shit does not stink. That's ridiculous.
You just have to be so delusional and, like, confident in the, like, in this thing that you believe.
Yeah.
And to, like, actually, like, be, like, arguing with a literal astrophysicist about.
But that's the sort of thing where it's like, no.
Incredible.
Yeah, like, how do these people, they're not self-aware, apparently. Or else they would be like, oh, this is stupid.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I
Didn't you say Shaq?
This is the problem with the world today.
Yeah.
Shaq had said something. I think he was kidding. A couple other, like, celebrities, like, have said stuff. Tila fucking Tequila believes that the planet is flat. If you want to put your lot in with somebody who is A, a fucking idiot, and B, a fucking Nazi, then you're doing it wrong.
I mean, if you are siding with someone who the Juggalos don't even side with, like, they threw shit at her face, okay? It got in her mouth. It got in her mouth. If you want to take her side on anything, I don't trust you.
Well, I'm just not going to give a fuck about anything you say from here on out for the rest of your life. You just like immediately lost all credibility and respect, like by like,
they're like,
I don't know.
Yeah, even if they were like, I don't feel good, my head hurts, I'd be like, you're flathead, get out of here.
Oh my God. I thought Kylie Jenner was a flat earther, but she is more about chemtrails. So, oh God,
of course, if it's not one thing, it's the other.
Right. I mean, I'm sure there's a big Venn diagram overlap there.
Oh no, I really wanted to do this next part.
It's not her.
Oh. I wish it was her.
I was mistaken.
I wish it was her because I would love to hear what she would write in her diary about this.
You mean her Twitter feed?
No, you know she has some Hello Kitty diary she puts under her mattress that has like her deepest, and by deep I'm using that word loosely. Her deepest thoughts and feelings.
As shallow as the oceans on a flat earth. I mean, I don't know. Okay, so I'm trying to like understand like what the visual is. Like it's like a
dinner plate,
like a dinner plate.
Yeah.
With a dome over it. Like the heavens are in a dome, right? Is that like kind of
like when you get room service and they put that like hot thing to keep your food lukewarm because it was down in the hotel kitchen for an hour before they brought it to you. Yeah, so it's like a dinner plate, and in the middle, because this is hard to like wrap your head around. I was having like the hardest time at first. I was like, so is the world a square? It's still round. It's just flat. So it's like a dinner plate.
It's like a coin.
Yeah, or a coin. The middle,
or anything flat and a disc
and round. Yeah, a frisbee.
Yeah, and round. A frisbee. A snow globe. Right?
Oh yeah, because it's flat on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically we're all living in Biodome, you guys. So
when's Polly Shore
Stephen Baldwin.
Yeah.
Where's Stephen Baldwin in all this? He probably believes
Oh my
this.
God. Wasn't oh my God. Fucking Tanya was in that shit. Patty Hearst was in Biodome.
She was?
Yeah.
Is she one of the scientists?
I think she was like a mom of somebody.
Hold
on,
okay.
let me see.
Oh my God.
She had like
Tanya.
a bit part. Tanya. It all comes full circle,
it does.
You guys.
Oh my God. There's so many. This
like
is
a plane, like a
plane
satellite
rotating around the flat
like
Earth.
A satellite orbiting the Earth.
Like a satellite orbiting the dome.
Oh my God.
Okay, but it's like it's like a dinner plate. In the middle is the North Pole, and then everything like, so instead of, we've seen a globe like in a classroom or whatever, and the top is the North Pole. It's like, just like flatten that out, just mush it out so that the world still goes kind of around the North Pole, which is in the center though, and then Antarctica, which is the South Pole, instead of being one point or destination, it's surrounding the entire, all of the countries.
Like a wall of ice.
It is a wall of ice, yeah. And people, so there is an edge,
like from Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones style.
It's like
the wall from
the North Watch or whatever.
Yeah.
So
the Night's Watch.
Yeah, the Night's Watch. The North Wall. I don't know.
Keeping out the wildlings.
Yeah. Except it's keeping them in because they're living amongst us and they're known as flat earthers. And so like you could so what they say is you could literally sail to the edge of the world and there's 150-foot ice wall, and that's it. Like, that's the end of the Earth. And yet no one has done that.
Wait, how high is the wall supposed to be?
150 feet.
That's not that fucking high. Like,
maybe miles.
What the fuck? Like, I don't.
No, it's 150 feet tall.
This is so fucking dumb. These
you
goddamn
can scale
idiots.
that in like 20 minutes.
Where does this number? Where does this number come from? Where does 150 feet? They made this shit up.
I know where it doesn't come from. Science.
It doesn't. Who was the explorer, that flat Earth explorer who like sailed out and circumnavigated? Oh wait, sorry, you can't circumnavigate, but you know what I mean. Like went around the entire edge of the Earth to observe this and said, "Oh, it's 150 feet all the way around."
I believe it was
Fucking
Mr. Gary Busey, MD.
Don't malign Gary Busey like that.
No, I don't know. It was probably Tila.
Don't you talk about Gary. Oh, yeah, definitely. Fucking hell.
It was probably Kid Rock. I don't know.
Yeah, one of these really smart scientists of our time. Oh, my God.
I just am like, no. It's so annoying. I just can't.
I think there was a guy named Charles Johnson who was the president of the International Flat Earth Research Society, who was he was a huge proponent of flat Earth, and he was just one of these guys who just like really regarded science and scientists as like witch doctors and just like charlatans, basically, which is just ironic. Yeah. So he passed away in 2001, I think, and there is a New York Times article about him when he died that explained like a lot of his viewpoints, and he said some really very silly things, but he would sort of explain some of this stuff like he'd have an answer for almost everything, like sunrises and sunsets, an optical illusion, the moon landing, an elaborate hoax with a script by the science fiction writer Arthur C. Clarke, staged in a hangar in Arizona. And like these are like the ways he'd explain them away. Like can't really explain them with science or anything observable, so you just like literally make up something that is so outrageous that you're just like, excuse me. And then eclipses of the sun, which is going to happen today, which will hopefully knock the socks off of some of these dumb morons. And they'll be like, oh, wait, what?
Yeah.
But probably not.
They'll probably be like, that didn't happen. I didn't see it.
Yeah. Though people would ask this guy about eclipses, and he'd be like, we really don't have to go into all that. He like said this, in an interview to the New York Times in 1979, and he says, the Bible tells us the heavens are a mystery. Like that's how he explains eclipses. Like he doesn't explain them.
Oh my God.
Like because he doesn't know how it works. So he's just taking what he believes based on using his very limited five senses and just creating a totally different narrative that is not based in anything that's remotely true.
Oh my
so
God.
That's fun.
It's so frustrating.
So fuck that guy.
Fuck all these people.
Well, I mean, he's dead, so he can't defend himself, but, you know.
Well, whatever. We know he was stupid.
R.I.P. Yeah. Not a smart man.
No, and these people think, like, everything's a conspiracy. Like, they don't think we've been in space, like that guy thought it was, like, a hoax. Yeah, they think we fly, like, around the North Pole in circles versus around the globe. They think this is one that I thought was really interesting. They think that the sun is like a spotlight. So
like the Truman Show.
Yeah, like the Truman Show. All of this is like the Truman Show, essentially, is what they think. So the sun, there's like the North Pole in the middle of the dinner plate, and the sun is kind of like in between the middle and the edge, and it just goes around once a day to all the different countries. But if that were the case, we would always see it because there would never be a sunset because it would never be setting. It would always be up in the sky, just in different directions. So
right, yeah,
even if it's far away, like you would still have light. It'd be like Alaska in the summertime, how it's always kind of like dusky because the sun never truly sets because it's never below the horizon or whatever.
Right. Well, because our Earth is on an axis that's tilted, and during certain months, the sun is further away and closer than it is. Like, it's...
But they can't explain any of this.
Yeah, but it's like, how do you explain that the fact that if that was the way that things really are, that how do you explain the sun setting? They can't.
They say it's perspective. So, like, you can't... They say your eyes can't see forever, so at some point it looks like it's set.
Okay. All right. Well,
God.
That's not actually...
To be a flat earther. Life would be so easy.
Well, it wouldn't be because you'd be constantly, like, confused and angry because people are like, you're an idiot. And you'd have to be like, no, I'm not.
That guy that...
And then you'd waste... You'd be so angry and wasting so much energy on this thing that's not real.
That Stephen Molyneux guy was like, when he was like debating with this guy, he was like, you know, man, I just feel really bad, and I want to say it must be really hard to be you because this is essentially social suicide. And he's like, you're going to meet a nice girl or a nice dude or, you know, whatever, and you're going to be out one time and you're going to go, by the way, I think the earth is flat and here's all these reasons, and they're just going to be like, you're fucking crazy, and walk away, and you're going to miss, like, your true love or whatever. And it was just like, so it was like sad in a way.
Yeah, it is sad. Man, it's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
And if you really are just like, well, I still don't know. There's a website that does a really good job debunking each and everything that these people believe point by point. It's metabunk.org/debunk the flat earth theory. You could just Google like debunking the flat earth theory.
Yeah.
And it's 14 ways the flat earth theory is false. Popular Science also like has a debunking article. Mm-hmm. And you just, like, it's okay if you want to, like, you could believe whatever you want to believe. Just know that, like, some more of the absurd shit is just not, it's not going to be cool for you in a social situation. Yeah. I think one thing that I looked into just because I was so like, blown away by how this kind of thing just like catches on and like goes in cycles or whatever, and it's just like it's always like around times where things are just kind of uncertain, I guess, and people just kind of need like to have some control, sort of, I think. So there is a psychology behind it, like behind conspiracy theories in general. Like, I think conspiracy theories are so fun, like as long as they're like benign and silly.
Yeah.
Like this to me is silly and fun, but it's not a thing that you like actually believe. Like it's interesting though as an example to see how people like what the psychology is behind it. So like who doesn't want to believe that Beyonce was fake pregnant and had a surrogate carry Blue Ivy? Like that's fun, but it's not true. But the like psychology experts who like actually study this as like a phenomenon, it's really interesting because it's a alternative theory is presented about a really important event or something, and then a vague explanation for why somebody is covering up the true version of events comes out. And so this researcher, this psychologist, Karen Douglas, who's a psychologist at the University of Kent in the United Kingdom, she said one of the major points of appeal is that conspiracy theories explain a big event, but often without going into details. A lot of power lies in the fact that they're vague. And this article goes on to say the self-assured way in which conspiracy theorists stick to their story imbues that story with special appeal. So flat earthers are more adamant that the earth is flat than most people are that the earth is round, probably because the rest of us feel we have nothing to prove. Mm-hmm. So this is why I'm saying like it's exhausting.
Yeah.
And this psychologist says if you're faced with a minority viewpoint that is put forth in an intelligent, seemingly well-informed way, and when the proponents don't deviate from these strong opinions they have, they can be very influential. So that phenomenon's called minority influence.
That makes sense.
So yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Like, because I was just like, but why would somebody who's like seemingly like a normal person in all other ways get really worked up about this, like, or become a conspiracy theorist? And the psychology is like, if you're like feeling, I guess, like diminished and not intelligent and want to like, I don't know, feel better about yourself, I guess, but also seem like sort of intellectually curious, you believe something that is totally contrarian to commonly held beliefs, I guess. And then you seek that out, and then you're in the minority and you're like, I know something you don't know, kind of. And but that's not, it's not real.
No,
it's pseudo intellectualism.
But that was what was really interesting about this Stefan argument video on YouTube and the guy who had called in, because the guy who called in was very eloquent. Like he was like calm, and he was a flat earther. He was calm, and he had obviously memorized a lot of points and counterpoints, and you know, the dialogue was really like, if it felt like, oh, actually maybe this guy knows something even though what he's saying is not right. Like, right. It feels like he's well studied and well versed and maybe an expert and all this stuff. And so he never got flustered or sounded stupid, and he wasn't like it was kind of like, oh, okay, I get how people could be dragged into this. And I know people too. I have like a cousin who I feel like, I don't know if he still is, he's very, very smart and has talked about conspiracy theories before. Just things not related to this, but, you know, whatever, government, or just things where it's like, why are you even spending time? Like, if you just put the amount of effort that you put into going down this rabbit hole and against the general population of the world, you know, like, you think of what you could accomplish.
Yeah. It's like you want to feel superior to people, so you like have this like very like you think you have done the research by like, I guess, reading all these people, like David Icke is like a really big like conspiracy theorist, but who's like a pseudo intellectual, and like people like to like quote him and read his books that are all into this stuff. And then you have like the other end of the spectrum, which is Alex Jones, and people like love him because he's just saying some crazy shit, and it's like entertaining to them, but then it's also very harmful. So, because
by the way, I was just thinking of Alex Jones. I actually agree with him on this, in that flat earthers are full of shit.
I just thought of some conspiracy theories in my free time.
Oh.
I believe the science behind the theory of using Q-tips in your ears is it's dangerous to use Q-tips in your ears, I should say. It's a vast conspiracy run by the government. They want to keep our ears full of wax so we can't hear the high-frequency subliminal messages played all over the radio waves that are telling us to eat more kale. I think dry shampoo is a hoax. I also think the inflated cost of avocados is artificial, so huge corporations like Chipotle, they are traded on the New York Stock Exchange, by the way, can suck the average consumer dry by charging for extra guac.
Wake up, sheeple!
Yeah, wake up, sheeple. Big avocado is out there and they're stoked about the avocado toast trend happening right now. Fuck you, Alex Jones. You ain't got shit on me.
No.
I'm the next big conspiracy theorist.
I love it. Wait, why is dry shampoo a conspiracy?
Because it doesn't work.
Then it's just a shitty product.
Well, listen, here's the thing. I have done years of research. I have purchased many brands. And none of them can make my hair not greasy. I think maybe I just have very greasy hair.
I think the Electoral College is a conspiracy that is led by the top 1%, and they all have some secret evil villains meeting, and they just pick the president anyway.
I mean, you would probably get a lot of people agreeing with you on that.
I don't think that.
Well, the Electoral College is meant to stop that kind of thing, but it's really fucked us.
But it didn't.
So,
and look what happened. Yeah,
it's really fucked us. Oh man, yeah,
all
these people suck.
People suck. Yeah, it's just exhausting, and I just hated this topic, and not because it wasn't fun.
I loved it.
Yeah, I loved it, and I hated it. You know,
I hated like researching, because it's like you're exposing yourself to like really stinky farts or something, like constantly, and you're just like, ugh. But
yeah, it was torture, like watching some of these videos and reading some of this shit. And my feed all week, my like Facebook feed was full of people like saying, just dumb, stupid stuff. And I was just like, oh God. And then I have to read all the comments, and it was exhausting. But it was also just really confusing. And I think it's one of those topics too, where I just, right off the bat, I don't believe it. So it's hard to like absorb what they're saying. Do you know what I mean?
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
Barely.
But
yeah, that's where you don't have to. What I like to do when I research this kind of stuff, especially something that's like really upsetting, where it's like, this is bullshit, this is terrible, whatever, is look at the ways that it, like the reasons behind it.
Yeah.
I think are the most interesting things about this topic. Like
why people do
this
it.
is something, this is something that has been laid to rest for a very long time.
Yeah.
Like there's so much evidence, yet like how and why people are choosing to like get behind something so absurd is infinitely interesting to me. So
yeah,
that's this is just like a vehicle for I don't know.
Well, I just
trying to have a deeper look into like the human psyche.
I think these humans are just a bunch of brain damaged taint scabs. So
that's again. That is an insult to taint scabs. Scabs are nature's Band-Aid.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
That's all I got, too. I'm over it. I'm going to leave that Facebook group right now.
Yeah, get out of there. I'm so exhausted, like, just trying to explain this shit. Like, I can't imagine what it's like to actually, like, sincerely believe this and, like, have to try to explain yourself on a daily basis, and then also like the emotional toll that it must take alienating your friends and family.
Oh my God, it's got to be so hard.
Sad.
Oh, I'll share some of these. I'll screenshot some of the stuff before I leave the group. And I'll share it to the closed group. So if you're not in that already, you can join the closed group. It's called Dude That's Fucked Up. It's also pinned to the top of the DTFU Facebook page. You could post in there in the closed group. None of your friends could see it. But you could also still just post to the DTFU podcast page. It's just that people aren't really like having conversations there. So you might want to go into the closed group.
Yeah. Yeah, the closed group is nice because we could just like there's just so much crazy things happening, and it's private, nobody could see it.
Yeah,
it's all above board. We have rules and stuff.
Oh yeah,
like
there's rules. You can't just, it's not the Wild West in there, but
no, it's not the Wild Wild West.
We're going straight to
Oh my god. Yeah, follow us on all the things at DTFU podcast.
Yep.
Send us a crazy sex story if you have one to dtfupodcast@gmail.com.
Or a topic idea or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, whatever you want. It would be awesome if you guys could share like
this episode
or like any episode that like really you think somebody would like, that would like listening to this.
Yeah.
That would be interested. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Like all our things, retweet all our things, spread the word.
Spread the word.
Because we're having fun.
We're having so much fun, guys.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's it. We just love you guys.
That's it. Yeah, love you guys. Just continue to be excellent to each other.
Yeah, for sure.
Hope you guys get to see the eclipse right now.
Or saw it by now.
Or saw it by now.
Check out Nothing Rhymes with Murder.
Oh, yeah. Episode 10.
Episode 10, yeah. And that's all.
Yeah. Have a great day, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.